Welcome to Integrity Inspire, your daily dose of inspiration and motivation, featuring the bright and talented members of the Integrity Marketing Group family. Now, here's your host, Integrity co-founder and CEO, Brian W. Adams.
All right. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining today's Inspire podcast. We're super excited to start off the week with all of you today. And this week, we're kicking off Integrity's family-wide step challenge. It's part of the Wellness Warm-Up program where we will be focused on ways we can reach our fitness goals. Integrity loves a good competition. We are some of the most competitive people ever. And this competition is literally what it sounds like, a step challenge. It will run from tomorrow, April 5th, through Thursday, April 21st. This is an individual challenge, employees going head-to-head to win across the entire Integrity platform. Employees will be able to keep up with their steps using their smartphones, wearable devices, however best way that you guys have to keep track of that, and with your team captains that are here to help all of us. And then the top 5 winners will win an incredible prize that we're awarding to the top 5 steppers with an Apple Watch. Wow. I've never had an Apple Watch, so I may have to get out there and start stepping. But this is a perfect prize because it keeps you up with your fitness goals and things of that nature as well. So keep an eye out for emails for more details about this and get those walking shoes ready. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully everybody can enjoy this and enjoy a good competition. Well, we've been having so many incredible partner additions here at Integrity. It's just been an honor. I mean, it's truly an honor. The next one that we've got coming up is somebody that I met years ago. I mean, literally when I was still working out of my house, and it has been incredible to go through this process with this individual just because of the respect I've had and just the fun we've had over the years. And so I'm super excited to introduce you to today our newest partner and announce that Greenhill Management has joined the Integrity family. As part of this new partnership, Mike Greenhill, president of Greenhill Management, will become a managing partner here at Integrity. And Greenhill Management is located and based in Richland, Mississippi, with additional offices in Mississippi and also Louisiana. The agency offers support to their network of tons of agents all across the region and provide Medicare and annuity products for their consumers to sell really primarily in the Southeast, especially in Mississippi and Louisiana. And today, Greenhill Management is ready to take their business to the next level, and by partnering with Integrity, we're super excited to help them continue to grow and expand and build on their incredible past, but to build the new future going forward as well. And we're thrilled to welcome Greenhill Management to the Integrity family and really continue to build out our health and wealth services, especially to more people in Mississippi and Louisiana. And so we just added one of the most fun partners ever, Mr. Mike Greenhill. Welcome to the family, buddy. We're super excited to have you.
Thank you, Brian. We're delighted to join the group. My daughter, my employees, my whole family is very excited about this new opportunity.
Well, man, you're one of the most multi-talented guys I've ever met. You play the guitar, you sing. I mean, you're in a band, right? This was called Project Greenfish because you have your own band called Greenfish, right?
Yeah.
Tell us about that,
we
man.
do that. Well, it's just, it's some great guys around town, some professional musicians that, I've known for years, and we record out at Malaco Studios on West Northside Drive, and we play around town at a couple of events, and it's really been a great experience. So just something to do. It's a lot of fun and enjoy playing with such great musicians. I'll tell you this, it's just like anything else. When you put something together, if you're putting a band together, make sure everybody in the band is better than you.
No doubt. No doubt with that, man. I tell people I feel like a band director a lot of times. I think Mike White actually gave me this line. He was like, we're putting together all these amazing leaders, and it's like having great musicians at their different level and just their different instrument, letting them play and jam. And then when you bring it all together, it just makes incredible music. And I think that's one of the best analogies of what we've been doing here at Integrity. And I know that you will be bringing even more music, literally and figuratively, to the Integrity family. Now, your dad started this business. You and I met a long time ago with Shep Cutler, if you remember, back in the early days of Integrity. I mean, I don't even know if we had business cards back then, but you and I met with him and, going back to your dad. Tell us a little bit about how you guys got started.
Shep and my dad did business. Actually, Shep's father and my father did business together.
Wow.
And when Shep's father passed away, Buster told Shep and Ken on his deathbed not to do anything until he talked to MC Greenhill. So, he kind of became the mentor to them. And, of course, when I lost my dad back in my mid-20s, Shep kind of returned that favor and helped mentor me in the business. And without him, it would have been a difficult deal. But Dad had a lot of good friends, and Shep among them. And so I guess I'll have to take some credit for recognizing opportunity. And I'm really happy to be working with the caliber of people that you guys have attracted. I mean, Mark Gillum is a huge guy in his industry, as is Mike White. They're both champions in what they do. So I'm really pleased to be in such exclusive company.
Yeah, well, you mentioned some great ones. You think about Shep and your dad and others in our industry. I mean, I think of a lot of those type of guys. A guy I also think about like Paul Sharon at Premier, who passed away way too early, and others that you think about that, you wish that they could see what we're doing now. You wish there's some of those type of people that I step back and I go, man, I wish they could be here now. And I talk every time we're at a big meeting, I'm with Todd Fincher, I say, man, could you imagine what Shep would be saying right now? Or we're at some of these events just thinking, man, could you imagine, what their thoughts would be? And so you got to certainly thank them for paving the path that we're all getting to continue to travel, and then looking for ways that we can continue to pave that path for others to travel as well, to bring in new leaders into this business. Now, tell me about how you got started. So your dad was in the insurance business. Were you always just kind of destined to jump into the business?
No, actually, Dad made me go work for somebody else when I told him I wanted to get in the insurance business. I was playing an after-hours bar out at the reservoir, and I just about had enough. And loved playing music, but playing till 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning was just not as fun as it used to be. So anyway, I had a friend of mine come in, and he told me he made some money selling insurance that month, and I decided I'd give that a shot. And I told Dad I wanted to get the business, and he picked up the phone and called a friend of his and told him I'd be over to interview. So he told me if I could work over there for 2 years, I could come work with him. About the time I was going to come work with him, unfortunately, he had a heart attack and passed away. And that's when Shep and Peter Nauert stepped in and became my mentors and convinced me to walk into Dad's operation, which was kind of in decline because Dad had been in poor health for several years, and convinced me to come in there and work. And it was an uphill battle, but those two guys really put me on the map. And that's where I met Mark Gillum in '86 in Tasca, Illinois, out by the airport. And we've been very close friends ever since.
Man, so how old were you when all that happened?
I was 25. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, that had to be really, really tough. I can't imagine, but it is so impressive that you were able to step in and lead your company when you were so young, and frankly, still trying to learn the industry. I'm trying to think of, when I was 25, I'm not sure I could have done that and really tried to take it to the next level. What else did you learn through that process?
Well, I went up to Shep's place. I stayed with Shep up there for about a week. That was interesting. And then I rode in the car with several of his agents and came back and picked up different contracts. And it was amazing. The guys that Dad did business with, all these older agents, were nice enough to contract with me and do business with me. Like I said, my dad left me a lot of good friends behind that helped me. So, I mean, like I said, I'll only take credit for recognizing opportunity and some hard work. I had a lot of help from a lot of good people. And that's always the case with anybody who's successful. Somebody's got to be helping you along the way. And I had a wealth of friends and contacts that my dad left behind for me. So that was a great thing.
Man, your dad sounds like just a remarkable guy, just an amazing guy, really.
He was a good guy.
Well, he had a tough childhood. I remember a story about, growing up, and he had a tough childhood, didn't he?
Well, he did. He grew up in the Depression. I think one of my favorite stories about my dad was he was swinging a swing blade on the side of a highway in Mississippi in the summertime, cutting grass, working for the Civilian Conservation Corps. And the guy drove up in a pickup truck and got out and asked anybody if they could type. And my dad raised his hand. And he had never seen a typewriter in his life. And I asked him, I said, why did you do that? He said, well, I knew the typewriter was inside. And they probably had a fan in there. And he said, besides, in worst case scenarios, they could put me back out here in a week. So that's where he told me, he said, the only thing you need to really know in this world is life isn't fair and how to recognize opportunity.
Wow. There was a story I remember you telling me one time about him falling off of a wagon as well, right?
Oh, I did. He fell off a wagon when he was 8 years old, ran over his leg. In the 8th grade, he never went back to school, but he took the entrance exam at Dickinson College and was admitted just on personal study. So he was one of those, very tenacious and worked very hard and loved to read and loved to learn. He was a great guy.
Man, that is amazing.
Quite a role model. Let me put it that way. He was a great role model.
Never went back to school after the 8th grade and still got into college and faked his way into a typing job. It's an amazing story. Well, you and I have been friends for a long time. We've gotten to know each other through the years. When we first created Integrity, you were one of the first ones we reached out to. And then we've been talking for quite some time about this opportunity and really just the opportunity to come together. Tell us a little bit more about why you wanted to join Integrity now.
Well, Brian, first of all, you guys are just monsters in business. There's nobody that I can think of I would rather partner with. You have a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of resources and everything else that we can access. I was thinking about my daughter, and quite frankly, I'll be 65 this year. Quite frankly, I've lost a few friends along the way. As a matter of fact, I got 2 friends right now. They're very ill, and I just thought about, well, what if something does happen to me? She could use some help, and I got employees that depend on me. So Integrity brings a lot of stability and security to our operation, as well as some opportunity. And that's really why we looked at it. Additionally, you guys and the people that you're doing business are some of the nicest, most knowledgeable people in the business. It was an easy choice. Let me put it that way.
Well, we're honored. We talked about your music a little bit earlier and talked about, it's one of the coolest things. I never had a musical bone in my body, and so I kind of envy people who do, especially when they're good looking like you and can play guitar, sing, and do all of it.
Brian,
coolest.
Brian, you really should be in marketing. You know that?
I know. Look, but it's true, man. And one of the things that I love about your video is we actually captured some of that, and we actually used one of your songs in the video. So everybody on this call, we're not just making this up, just saying this is a hobby. We actually tied that in. I remember when you and I were talking about your video, I was like, the only way we'll do a video with you is we got to tie in your music, because that's such a big part of who you are. And it's one of the things that's so interesting. So everybody has to watch your video, because it's so cool to have that part of your life added into it. And then we actually use one of your songs, as I said, and I'm sure there's a way you can go buy your music if somebody wants it as well. But man, we're just so honored to have you as a partner. You mentioned a couple of different guys that really helped influence this decision. And so I wanted to have them jump on and welcome you to the Integrity family. One of them is Mike White. And Mike, I don't know if you remember when you told me that. It's like, this is like a band that we're all getting to play and jam our own music. And it all comes out, we're all having fun and being able to create something special. Well, now we have an amazing musician to join us here.
And you know what, Brian, I got to tell you, I don't know that I've ever been more excited to welcome any of the other partners as much as I am today. Never will forget the first time I ever met Mike, way back on that first Medicare supplement deal, Mike, that you, Dan, Shep came over to Atlanta, and we spent a day together. And, you talk about people that help you along the way. And I can tell you that it's been a long time coming, but I should have thanked you a long time ago personally for helping me get my first break in the business because, prior to that first deal, we were just, kind of doing smaller, no name company deals and not doing that much production. But if you, Dan and Shep, had not come together and from the very beginning of that deal, I know you know the one I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
That right there, literally jump-started my career and led on to other things and really brought us here today. But just, hey, brother, welcome to, I assure you, one of the funnest teams and funnest journeys that you're ever going to be on. Welcome to Integrity.
Thank you so much, Mike. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you very much.
And then you've talked about, thanks, Mike, appreciate you, man. And then you also talked about Mark Gillum becoming one of your best buddies. Mark is one of the coolest dudes there is as well. I don't know if he can sing, but he's one of the more fun guys that we've been able to partner with. Mark, are you there with us, brother?
I'm here, Brian. Let me tell you this. True story. Met Mike in a bar. Now imagine that. The occasion, as he said, was in 1986, and Peter Nauert, Pioneer Life, flew us up to Chicago. And as he said, I think we're staying at a Marriott out by the O'Hare. And we had a long all-day session. It was snowing like hell outside. Scared the heck out of me because I'm a Southern boy. And I knew I was going to have to get on a plane the next morning and all that snow. And it just drove me crazy. But after the whole day of meetings, I headed to the bar. And there sat Mike Greenhill, but I didn't know it was Mike at the time. And so he said, "Hey, man, were you in the Pioneer meeting today?" And I said, "Yeah." So we shook hands. And literally, we've been best buds since then. Man, let's see, that's 36 years. And I think I was 29. And, now, there's a ton of partners here at Integrity that went to Pioneer Life and Nauert School. And, we're here because of him getting us, up in the morning, getting us to work. And, Mike, he's 5 hours away from me. And we used to drive up and down the Natchez Trace and visit one another. And I think he's going to be in Nashville in a couple of weeks. So I'm going to go up and maybe have some raw oysters with him.
Yeah, we need to go have a cocktail and maybe dinner. Something.
Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah. But yeah, Brian, Mike's a cool dude. He's a pretty good musician. He's got a little Don Henley in him.
Pretty good.
I'll take that.
Well, he makes more money than we do.
Yeah, no. Who, you mean Don Henley? Don Henley does.
Yeah. But hey, Brian, I want to congratulate Mike for joining Integrity as a new managing partner. And, I couldn't be happier than to say, "Hey, buddy, it's good to have you, and I can't wait to see you again."
Well, Mark, I appreciate that very much. And, here's another opportunity for you and I to have some more fun together. Like, we need that. But
so, hey, Mike, noticed I did not tell Brian. I didn't tell who's listening about our adventures.
Yeah, I think
I would love to be a part of that one.
Mike and I have had some adventures.
Yeah, we've had a couple of adventures, that's for sure. Yep.
Well, this is a new adventure. We're all getting started here, so.
Well, we're older.
I'd like to be a part of it.
So hopefully they won't. Maybe they won't be so exciting. They'll just be fun.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, hey, Mark, really appreciate you jumping on as well. And Mike, look, we are so proud to be your partner. We're super excited about this opportunity and can't wait till I'll get back together and maybe bring in Greenfish to open an act or something. But
hey, that sounds great.
Congratulations.
You never know.
I'm not sure we can afford you now, but we'll try.
Oh, yeah. No, I've hung out with you boys. You can afford me. Maybe we may do it for some stock shares or something. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, yeah, maybe. We'll see. But, hey, you guys, we're super excited about this. We're going to be making this announcement tomorrow. Be sure to watch this video. This video is unlike any other that we've ever done. I can't wait to share that out there. Please make sure you like and share that on social media, etc. And Mike Greenhill, newest managing partner in Integrity. Welcome to the family, buddy. Super excited to have you.
Thank you so much, Brian, and I really appreciate Mike White and Mark Gill being here to welcome me here. Couldn't think of two finer people. So again, we are really looking forward to making this a great new, exciting chapter of our company. And as our old buddy Tim McCoy would say, onward and upward.
Onward and upward, that's for sure. Well, there's a lot of partners who are blowing me up right now on how excited they are. So I'm sure you're going to hear from a lot of them after this. But congratulations, it's going to be a lot of fun. Hope everybody has an incredible week. Congratulations again, Mike Greenhill. Thanks, Mike White and Mark Gillum for joining us today. This was a big announcement that we're super excited to share and even more excited to have as a new partner. So God bless you guys. Hope everybody has an amazing week. Take care, guys.